As we hop into Nuke, this is definitely going to be a fun affair. 1xBet have the odds at 2.27 to Sharks, and 9C is the favorites at 1.64. If you're lucky, head over to 1xBet. Place your bets, but always bet responsibly as we hop into the action. And it's going to be 4 players with Kevlar, or 3 should I say, for the T side. Every single player for the CT side with Kevlar, and they've got an initial kill through the squeaky door smoke. Max is the first victim, and JNT will keep on spamming through as they get down the vent. The T's are looking to dive down to B. Nothing else to get a bomb plant out of this, but this is wild. This round, they're losing so many players on the T side.
I can't believe JNT spams so much, but it's not going to matter because his teammates are helping him out right now. The rotate begins, but finally, Nizev finds some kills back. Try looking for even more. Could this be another round where he bails them out? He's got the double. It's back to the 2v2. More players down here, though. They're not ready for reels in up on the rafters. And so Bit has to come back down to B to get the bomb. But the CTs have split up, and that may give him the chance he needs.
And Bit can win this now. We've seen him in clutches. We've seen him close out Mirage, and what he's able to do is a big old brain in his head, and he's just missed the timing that, but he eventually will spot the feed. But did Reelson see him? I don't think he did. Now Bit, he does. He knows. He has the potential of the flank coming through, and Bit's going to start jumping up into the window. Oh, he's made sound as well. They should know exactly where he is at this point. They're going to peek, and he's going to start taking that fight. That bomb's still down. He's worried about in towards Cubby. No one's there right now, though, so Bit really needs to get this headshot. And all this is doing is buying time for the second player to get through Decon, and Bit is under so much pressure. Reelson brings him down, and it will be Sharks to win the pistol. What a chaotic start to this, though. You just see there's initial spam through the door from J&T and straight down to B for 9Z on the pistol. And will be the Sharks to take the win, though.
This was that first kill, spamming away. Oh, and they got another one through the smoke. Couldn't even see that one in real time because there was so much action going on. There were fights on the B site too. Sharks had a good rotation down there. You saw that Reelson was just one man too many for them. They weren't expecting him to be down on the site so soon. And it's another second round on the T side where they don't go for the force buy. They're happy to go with the Glocks.
Charge coming down in towards Reelson. With the rotation down into the lower bomb site early. Zevi is going to be under a bit of pressure playing from hell, and actually going to drop back and allow the rifles to do the heavy lifting. And Pink is certainly going to do that against the weaker weapons. 3 for him. Zevi with USP, and Reelson gets some cash in as well. 2-0 start for Sharks. Extremely clean here on the CT side. For 9Z, here comes the buy. And it's important for Sharks to win those rounds cleanly, because on the CT side of Nuke, you really need that utility. And they got plenty of that. They're even going to go for a bit of a bonus here. The 8K is now out for 9Z. This is the round they need to win.
Nice contingency plan there from Sharks in that round. They realized the Scout is the one weapon that could actually get overrun by Glocks, so they have their FAMAS close by. 9Z tried to just exploit that one man on the sniper, but now Zevi's got to do it up against the AKs, which also isn't an easy feat. Small gap to work with, but it's Pank up close to get the first kill. Quickly traded back by Rox. Still looking for more towards Yard. Happy to peek into the open and try and take this control.
I think this is good so far for 9Z. I don't think... The Scout isn't the weapon you really want to lock down outside alone. You know, you maybe get a tag off, yes, but you gotta hit the headshots if you want that kill, and that decreases the likelihood of being able to lock down outside. And 9Z looking to put pressure onto A from multiple different angles, and Lukowski's position now give it away as well. Start spamming those bullets, and on top of Hut, the MP9 should not be able to get away with that, but JNT has taken a double kill, and now down. DGT is looking to make space here for 9Z. A 2 versus 2, DGT up towards Heaven gets 1, and it will be Sharks who win the round. The weaker weapons will prevail, and the Sharks have a third. That is all 4 for 9Z.
They just did so much damage on both of the T players there in the 2v2. The man could just run over the top. And how about the overperformance from JNT? That MP9 is hard to control, but if you can get that quick double dink, it is surprisingly quick to kill in those scenarios. And JNT does deliver. Overperforms, exceeds expectations by getting a double kill there. 9Z back down to pistols and an SMG. And Sharks are all going back to spawn, so I think we might not be live right now. Either that or they're just looking to have some fun.
I mean, this would be one of the weirdest rounds of Counter-Strike I've ever seen. But certainly looks like we can get a round restart coming in soon. Maybe someone lagged out. So if we can get back to the action, get that resolved shortly. There we go. That's confirmation. You know, players don't normally just disappear like that, Holka. So definitely something going on here. So we'll see if we can get that resolved as quickly as possible and get back into the action for you guys at home. But Sharks, so far, a pretty good start for them, Hawk. At 3-0, absolutely no problems. Winning a bonus round like that is going to really help that CT economy. And so often we talk about these initial starts to halves really being a game of getting control of the CT economy. If you get it early, you can usually have a good half of CS. If not, then you struggle for a long time with the decisions. Do I buy here? Do I force? Do I try and keep up with the T side? Because they buy every round, basically. So it's really nice to see Sharks in this comfortable situation, especially after losing the first map of Mirage, their map pick. To come in and get control of that CT economy, that really will paint a better picture for them.
And that would put them off to a really nice start.
Look at this, we've gone back in.
There we go. We're getting back into it. I think for Sharks, the Des pointed out quite importantly that the win percentages don't look too good for Sharks, but they've lost against a couple of really good EU teams like Copenhagen Flames, Extremum they played over when they were in Europe. Some really solid teams on this map. So even if their win percentage isn't great, I think they can still be competitive here against 9Z. They've already shown it early, and we'll see if they can keep it up against this force.
Oh, here comes the charge. Sevi's found the first kill, and it hasn't even been traded out at all. The T's have not been able to get a single kill on this initial attack in towards the top side. And, you know, those A hits, they have to work immediately. You have to get out of hut with most of the players alive and into the site if it's ever going to reap the reward you want. Even if it is just a bomb plant, you need to get through that first choke point. And Sharks do such a good job at just dispelling that initial attack that there was absolutely no chance in this round for 9Z. We're looking at 4-0. And not only that, we're looking at what will be another low buy for 9Z in the next, because they didn't get a bomb plant here. A couple of players, you know, in particular DGT right now, he's only got $900. It's not going to be the best buy going into the next round either. That loss bonus will start to chime in shortly for 9Z, though. But Sharks are just off to a flying start right now. And if they can keep this clean without losing a single player, their money is going to be in a great spot.
This is one of those rounds where 9Z might have invested slightly more, thinking there was a good chance they'd get the bomb plant, and then they get a really good buy into the next. That does not look likely right now, though, as these two remaining Ts tentatively approach the A site. And they are tentative for good reason, because they are running into plenty of CT players waiting for them. It'll still be an okay buy for 9Z, but they certainly won't be getting the AWP unless they want to go without Kevlar, and they don't want to take that risk. So the nades should be okay, and they've got to get something going soon here. Sharks have got off to a good, solid start.
At 4-0, you cannot complain about this, but 9Z, they do get a decent buy out of this one. The loss bonus really helps them get that extra bit of cash. They're going to go for this outside play. Actually, swing out from single door straight away for Pink. That's not going to spell good news for him. He's lost his life. So for 9Z, this man advantage is super important. Look, how's he going to try and pull that back? He's running over towards Secret. They should have heard that footstep, and they're primed and ready. Max has got the angle. There's no way you check that spot. Lakowski is going to go down. That's a follow-up kill for 9Z. A very good start into this. And Sharks are going to start getting desperate. You see it pushing through ramp, trying to take some map control back. They're just waiting, though. And the trap is laid for them. Such a good round so far out of 9Z.
So patient this whole round long. Sevi's waiting on this angle, but he's going to be waiting a while, it seems. Try has the bomb trapped on the other side, and now Zevi gets given his opportunity. Wants to go back for more. Try is peeking around the corner himself. This is the bomb that's been dropped, and now this round is really on.
Oh, what was spray down from JNT. He's going to try and get a couple, but in the end, Max and DGT get the round on the board for 9Z. It's not the flawless clean end, but it's still good for them with those 3 players staying up. So one on the board straight away here for 9Z. And this is all just initial fights going their way, right? You had that early pick, then the secret play. Max got down there pretty quickly, and they tried to take map control back. And I think Nice are pretty aware that Sharks are going to try and play proactive on the CT side. They're always ready for them to try and take some lobby control, take some secret control back. I think Sharks have got to realize how to approach that differently, because if they're going to keep walking into the trap late for them, this could get a little messy.
Good timing on that flash to force Pank off the angle. Otherwise, that could have been a favorable fight for the CT. Look at how much ground they've gained on Yard already. We're only 20 seconds into the round, and Max is all the way up into Garage. There's an AWP on the other side, but it's not ready. Max able to spray early, and they may look to capitalize upon that.
Oh, J&T trying to spot them through the smoke. He gets the lineup. And the headshot through the smoke has worked out for a kill, but love that from Bit. Just go straight into main, plays on the wide side of the smoke. Max has been able to find a kill as well. And now Pinko, he had the timing, he had the peak. He had everything go his way. He just didn't get the kills out of it. And maybe if Pink does something there, that double kill from Lakowski can work out for something in the round, but just not enough done there. And you've got to seize those opportunities when they come your way. There will be another round for 9Z though, as they go up to 2.
That was a fairly big risk from Max in that round to just walk through that smoke, I believe. Walk through the Garage smoke. There could have been a man on the other side, but as soon as it goes his way, he just catches the unsuspecting AWP off guard. And from there, you see the nice response from 9Z, having players in towards main, having players around A. They just got all the kills outright, even though Sharks had the players on the right side of the map. Now they're just down to USPs in this one.
Oh, Rocks, 2 picks for him. And this is just so clean from Bit. Nice display of transfer. It's actually DGT that stole those kills away, but this round wasn't expected to reap too much for Sharks.
Bomb has been planted.
And there goes that flawless start. 4-0 is now just a 1-round lead at 4-3. See a buy come back in for Sharks. They won't be able to get an AWP if Lakowski's willing to buy it. And I don't think High would be in that situation, but we'll see if he gets it into the hands of Zevi, if he thinks that's of paramount importance. Zevi can drop over something here for Lakowski. Obviously, if you guys are just tuning in, and some people will be a little confused, we are not currently playing on the newest patch. So this is the patch before. Obviously, this is tournament just announced way before, and you know, getting them to plan an update from yesterday, not a good idea. So this is the older patch we're playing on at the moment.
Yeah, we even already had the qualifiers played on the old patch,
Yeah,
so it would be a bit weird to qualify on one version of the game and then play on the other. So far, not too bad for 9Z. And something else to consider is, according to the stats, 9Z are pretty solid on both sides on Nuke, whereas Sharks heavily favor that CT side to get their round wins. So that's something we might touch on later. It may be important for Sharks to get off to a really good start here, and that has been stolen back by 9Z, who have gone back to the secret play themselves. Already 2 CTs down, but one of them's gone.
Oh, Devi able to pick up one. A second comes in for him as well. Bit and Rocks on a double. Another bomb plant is starting to come in for 9Z. They've got a man advantage. They've got the site locked in, and now it has to be the retake. Pink, oh, he's just absolutely destroyed. DGT hunting him down. Now J&T left alone. Not much he could do about this one. No kit on his back. No utility. And not much money left in reserve. So save call for him. 4-4 scoreline. Fantastic response out of 9Z to try and get back into this one. And that is going to tie the scoreline up at 4-4. And the T-side is starting to look good here, Hawker.
Yeah, that's a really scary round for Sharks, because it's not like that's a round where they don't get the rotation in time and they're not ready for the secret play. That's a round where they had 2 players already rotated down to B before the push happened, and they had a 3rd man at ramp who was also ready to help out quite quickly if needed. But you need to know how to actually lock down that B-bomb site. You've got to find the spots you can play where you don't just give away those 1v1 fights initially. Because if you've got those 2 players rotated down, you have to be able to make the most of those crossfires and the ability to survive and just allow that ramp player to come help you out. But they don't let that happen. They give away a 1v1 fight initially. And from there, because 9Z got the first kill, they could just trade their way to success and put Sharks back to a bad position. And that is a lovely shot from DGT. Just about adjusts in time, and he's even got a double kill from Door.
Absolutely lovely stuff coming out of 9Z. Finally, JNT will make it at least a little bit of damage on the other side of things, and that clean sheet has been spoiled. Now comes 9Z down in towards the B-bomb side. I'm really struggling, Hockey. You know, I don't like saying Z, Z, because, you know, it's the American way and, you know, British way is better, but 9Z just sounds better to me, man. And it's probably what they say. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice the Britishness and just go 9Z. I'm going all out. 9Z it is.
You could also go with 9s. I'm not sure if that's one that
that's
most
German, man.
Go
what
with.
Do we
yeah.
No, I think we'll go. I'm going 9Z. You do whatever you want, Alex. You know, you can be the representation of England here on the server.
I'll probably do a bit of both, to be honest.
Just
whatever I'm feeling in the moment. Yeah.
But I think on Nuke, it'll be a little bit of Z. I think later on Inferno, a little bit of Z. Might not even need Inferno, though.
I'll just call them 9Z to begin with, and then 9Z at the end of it.
Yeah, man, you're covering all bases there. Everybody can understand. That's all that matters. 5-4, though, on the board. It is 9Z on in the lead. That's not working. Never doing that again.
Happen, no.
No. Well, they're in the lead, Hawk. That's all that matters.
This is where we, again, have to question how much do Sharks have in their playbook, because their early rounds kind of did come from the aggression you were talking about. We had that yard aggression in that first gun round that worked out quite nicely for them, but now 9Z have slowly been able to stop that aggression from working out for the CTs. They're going for aggression again, this time on ramp, and it's worked out for the early frag.
Oh, this charge down into the ramp try. He has found himself a headshot, and he's just come out of it barely alive. 1 HP out of the fire. Like a Phoenix reborn. Now 4v4. At this point, we're just slowing the play down completely. 9Z need to recover from that initial fight.
They're going to take a breather. Make sure that Try is still alive. They weren't entirely sure he would be, but he is, and he can play into their plans with some utility remaining in his hands. Max still lurking on yard. This is now a problem position for Sharks. When you go down to the 4v4, oftentimes it is yard that you might just have to give up entirely. And 9Z have realized that. They're starting to take that yard control themselves.
Oh, wow. He just gets hard cleared by Bit. Unfortunately, Bit couldn't follow up, but he has got teammates in behind him. It wasn't a one-man show. Lukowski up in the rafters. Good pick for him. A second out of it as well. And the bomb is down. Lukowski. Oh, he does it all. He finds 3. That is a huge round from Lukowski.
Oh, it looked like the first man tried to check his position, but couldn't see the feet. Just couldn't spot him, so he looks back towards the site. That allows Lukowski this initial kill here. Good adjustment down to the low health player. And this last one, it is such a tight angle he has to spray into. I'm not even sure how he's alive at that point, dropping down onto the top of Hut, but he won't care. He's managed to get all 3 kills. An all-important round goes in favor of Sharks. They've been waiting for it. It finally comes through for them after losing 5 in a row up until that point.
National Treasury, Max and DGT have won $35,000 from CSGO. Rest of Uruguay is just at over $5,000. Yeah, they're really taking all of that. It's the old philosophy, you know, most of the wealth in the world is congregated at the top, right? They're the top. They're the elite in Uruguay.
Yeah, they've been the 2 sort of star players that seem to have just stuck around for a long time from that sort of region, which is cool to see. Hopefully that can continue for them. So far it's looking pretty good for 9Z, even if they lost that last round. Oh, they've got an early kill in this one. Bit able to find that initial frag. What's the response like from Sharks? We are still seeing 9Z search for opportunities through door. Just spams going back and forth. Kowski's actually going aggressive though, and Try was waiting for it the whole time.
And a 2 versus 5 for Sharks still early. It's not exactly the storyline you want to see. from 4-0 to now 6-5. This has been a rough turn of events. Sharks will try their best, and in particular JNT in this situation, but we can't really expect too much out of him. He has the bomb going down, but he doesn't really know where, and the worst part is it's down on B, and there's even a player up here on A that should have heard that drop of the weapon. JNT tries to climb the ladder. Oh my god, I don't know how he's done that, but Rox has missed the shots, and JNT gets away with a kill. Don't know if he's going to get away with his life, though, in this round. Too many players around, and in the end, a nice headshot from Max. He has been solid today. 6-5, though. It is 9Z who are in the lead, and all that momentum, every bit of life from the Sharks seems to have just left him at this point. They will have money in this round, though.
Getting those rifles back out. Zevi able to get the AWP. JNT has to go down to the FAMAS. I think the scary thing for Sharks is, as this half continues to play on out, you do get the feeling that 9Z are winning more individual duels right now. Their riflers are really shining. There have been a couple of rounds where they've got kills in through Squeaky. Now Rox has got a lightning fast kill towards Yard. Pank's already gone. They've already got down Secret safely. Sharks have to respond to that. You have to remember, in the last round, they had 2 players rotated down to B, and they couldn't hold it. This time, there's only 1 man down there right now. Poor Reelsden would have a lot to do.
He's got a flash as well, Hawk, and not exactly the utility used to delay. You would love an incendiary here, or even a smoke at this point would help out, but he's only got his trusty M4 and 1 flashbang. With a minute left, here comes the attack. Looking to come through control room window. Smashed open. Reelsden is at the ready. He's gonna peek up. He actually hits the headshot first, but no kill. Turns back to decom. 1 foul for him. Looking for a second, but eventually will get traded out. Rox has been able to take him down. 2 in the round for him, and now the rest of the rotation needs to start coming through from Sharks. They're being quiet into the vent. They're being tentative in their drop down, and they found the bomb. The bomb was on the back lines. Instead of going down, it just started taking fights, and so the bomb is down. This should be held pretty well by Rox, who's on for the ace now. He's found 4. Teammate Max will steal that opportunity away. The bomb doesn't even need to go down because they're just getting all the kills, Hawker.
Reelsden did what he could on the hold. It looked like he had a chance there. This first fight forced over the top. Pank's played that position a couple of times now. You see the pre-aim straight to that position, and then Rox fighting back. Reelsden did okay on the hold, but it was always going to be a long rotation. And those rotations through the vent are so difficult to do. Even when they get that first kill, the rotate down the vent goes against them. 9Z now up to 7 rounds. And the gun rounds have been so one-sided in their favor. If Sharks didn't get off to a good start on this map, they would be in massive trouble right now. At least for them, the scoreline is somewhat close. But it feels like 9Z are in full control here on Nuke.
They just start throwing some util deep in towards Hell. It's going to be that deeper outside smoke execute. Actually, just flashes, just 1 in towards Hell is needed, and that's going to allow that cross down into Secret, where they're going to leave Max on this lurk up towards Secret, or should I say Hell. He's going to start wrapping around, trying to cause a few problems in towards Heaven, making these rotations quite difficult. And he will become a pawn and a player we have to take a look at into the late round. That play down into B is the main cause of action right now. When's he getting players down there? Max will start to find some of the rewards of his positioning. I don't think JNT even thought about that possibility, but Reelsden luckily is behind, and he will get a headshot out of that. And an AK-47 now in his hands.
While that was happening, though, the B site was being taken. So that AK unlikely to come into play here for Sharks. They will happily try and save it. It's been a really solid half from 9Z. I think they found a lot of success on those secret plays down to B. Sharks have struggled to handle those. Nothing really to complain about. I think the fact that the kills aren't even that high for 9Z goes to show how convincing a lot of these rounds have been. Where they just win the round so soon with some early kills, Sharks just kind of have to save. This is another one of those circumstances.
It's been a really rough first half here from Sharks. Started so well, and is ending so badly as we go into the last few rounds of this first half. 9Z looking to put 10 onto the board. And for Sharks, it's about scrambling together and trying to pull a few more out of this. Just squeeze every last drop you can get out of this first half. They have got to buy again. Opt for Zevi, who was unstoppable over on Mirage when he got going. We'll see if he can ignite that same performance in round 14. Back to the sniper for him. His teammates around him have supplies. It's a quick play here for from 9Z straight in towards the A side. I love this call from them. They're being burnt, they're being melted, they're being shredded to pieces. And they're down on the ground. The bomb hits the deck. And so does the hopes and dreams of 9Z for a round win. Not a single kill and barely a point of damage. It's 6 rounds for Sharks, done in the most ridiculous of fashions.
9Z have been finding a decent amount of success on that squeaky play, so they try a couple of players out squeaky again, but it's the players in Hut who got roasted by the mollies and the nades. They could never even think about getting out of that choke point. Sharks had the protocols in place to lock that down. A much-needed 6th round found for Sharks, and a nice run boost for Zevi at the start of this one. They're not going to expect this.
Oh, Zevi. Oh, he spotted just a pixel off Try's head. And Pink is playing aggressive in towards the smokes. He hasn't actually been able to get the timing for a flank, though. But maybe just the patient game will work out for him because they have already found that man advantage. Got a player down already in B, and look at that. That's just a swing without... He didn't have his gun in his hands, and Rox just peeks into the open like that. Look how he's going to take that kill all day long. The 9Z looking to try and finish strong as they go down to the B site. They've got to recover the round here. Being down 2 players and now 3. Sharks have been gifted a few of these kills, I'll say, in this round. And now they've got to pull out a 2 versus 5 post plan. I don't think that's going to happen, Hawk. It looks like 7 rounds will be on the board for Sharks. Another at 7.5 looking to be the most likely of outcomes.
Nothing Bit can do, and surely nothing DGT can do. 1v5. They're going to get on that bomb, and they're going to lock him out.
And DGT will go down. It will be an 7.5 yet again, ladies and gentlemen. As close as you can get it once more. I'm looking forward to seeing if it's a 3rd map after the break, or if we finish here on 2. Join us after this.
make me wanna holla, 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 holla. When I see you dancing, when I see you dancing, dancing. When I see you dancing, 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 dancing.
Welcome back to the second half, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7, as close as you can get it. That's what we love here at DreamHack Open, especially in the South American region, but those odds are certainly not close, Hawker. They have somehow gone in the opposite direction, even more so after that first half. Sharks scrambled together a couple more at the end of the first, but it was 9C that looked better for the majority of that half. We'll see if they can get back to winning ways in the second half, or but Sharks get off to a good start yet again.
And maybe they've been looking at Shark's key round win percent because it is much lower than their CT1 on Nuke. We'll see if they can overcome that stat here, though. Lukowski and Reelsin both getting early frags.
Yeah, really good start here for the Sharks, taking those early picks. They're up a player, and that bomb plant at least being confirmed. That allows, at a minimum, that second round force buy. This pistol will still continue. Player to the good for Sharks, and DGT, he's come in snapping from mid. He's found a headshot. Pink, the victim, on the other side. No kit, though, in play for the CTs. They have to move quite quickly back into the bomb site. They have no utility either to shut this one out. They've got to get headshots, and they've got to use that body position just to try and force their way onto the bomb. And while this time is starting to tick now, they don't have too many seconds to play with at this point and try. He has some damage, but no one's on the bomb. They're trying to pull the peak around. It's one from Reelsin, but this is looking rough because the Heaven Rapid started to come through, and it's the last one kill. That time taking too far gone. It's going to be a pistol for Sharks.
Both pistols now won by Sharks on this map. Gives them the best possible chance to cause that upset here on 9Z's map pick. It just comes with the fast play out through A. Reelsin coming through from Heaven there for the flank. 9Z did an okay job at keeping the numbers somewhat close, but the clock was always against them. And finally, we get one of these second round force buys. On the CT side, 9Z are happy to go with the Deegs. See if those body shots come into play in any of these positions.
Well, smokers down from Max. Gonna appear over the top with the Deagle. Just one for him, and Bit will try his best, but that Mac 10's come mowing through and found a double. And DGT and Try are in the 2 versus 4, and it's gonna be Sharks on 9 rounds as the follow-up comes in. Exactly what you want to see out of them. It's a quick, swift response. They had 4 rounds to start off that first half. If they do that again, they cannot afford to let it slip, though. They've got to try and carry this through into a third map. Over on the B stream, we got to see it during the halftime break. Hawk, you mentioned how the fact that the first game was so one-sided for Piquetto, it's the other side around now. It's just one-sided, the style of the T side coming in for the other side. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that result over on that B stream. If you're interested in following that one, head over to ESL CSGO B.
I mean, surprisingly, somehow that first map went to overtime, by the way.
Oh, really?
Which is just crazy. Yeah, Piquetto still won it in the end, but my God, I don't even know how that happens. It's like 12-4 or something when we looked, wasn't it?
13.
Very one-sided.
13-5.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy how that happened.
Oh, here on the mainstream, the maps have been pretty close so far. But 9Z have had that cutting edge when they've needed it over on Mirage.
Yeah.
Unlikely in this round, though.
Yeah, and the thing is, when we're looking at this scenario, Sharks and 9Z have been head-to-head throughout this whole series, right? It hasn't really been a time where one team's pulled away too convincingly. I think they're pretty equally matched. They're close enough. I'd probably give 9Z the edge here, but Sharks give them a great game. They're currently in the lead. And this round, you don't expect it to be any different. In fact, you expect it to get better for Sharks, which is actually different, I suppose. So at this point, they're looking for 10. And it's all about limiting those casualties. And a Zeus waiting for them in the lobby, I don't think that's going to be getting too much. I think that's wishful thinking right there.
It's about the best spot you could put it in. K&T's already down the vents. That's always a nice position
It's a good spot
to
too.
be in.
The Zeus
Sometimes you can catch, that's true.
setting the ladder.
Oh wow, Roxy's gone even further forwards. Might not even get to use that Zeus if he keeps pushing like that.
Oh, Reels in. And himself a headshot. Rock's pushing up and fighting from T-Roof. He's actually so close to a kill here, Hawker. There's a lot of damage. The Dink has come in. He's down to 1 HP. That nade just about caught him, but not enough. He's actually come out with a kill. But Galil in his hands now, but I don't expect too much. He's 1 HP. He's being pushed from 2 fronts, and he will eventually go down. But at least that's the excitement for the round. We aren't expecting too much more, but at least we got that.
Spots that player on the angle. Now they will start to wrap round for the freebie onto Max. And Sharks have taken a fair bit of time, but the round will be going their way. You can see on the economy side of things, Try has been saving heavily to get that AWP out ahead of this next round. And that is so important. He's not going to have many chances if they were to lose this first gun round to get that AWP to have impact. So it would be really nice for 9Z if Try could start to come through with that AWP once we get this gun round out. Because I said earlier, he's only had 2 out of 20+ maps all year on Nuke that have been negative for him. And right now, this is a map where he's negative and hasn't been a massive factor so far.
And there it goes for Sharks. The bomb off, 10 on the board. And time to see if Try can actually get going. This is the question on everybody's mind. When we talked about it coming into this, Hulky, we said, this should be a map where we really shouldn't be seeing, the average performance from Try. If anything, it's worse right now. So you got to see that step up on the CT side, and he does get the AWP out.
We also have to see if Sharks can step up on their T side. I've been teasing the CT and T stats all game long. Sharks have a 58% round win percentage on CT side compared to just 36% on T side on Nuke in the last couple of months. So they were struggling on T in their previous games. So far in this one, though, they've started strong, and they've started strong in this round. JNT's got them the early frag, and 9Z want to fight fire with fire, and DGT somehow gets caught out by JNT. That's a 2nd kill on the round for the Galil.
And Sharks off to a flying start, but here goes Try. Will he be the difference? 1 for him. Smoke goes down to allow the fallback and change in position. And they're going to go into main. Oh, Rocks, you cannot whiff like that. You cannot afford to do that. It's going to cost them the A site. Max is going to try and step up, and he's just not in the best position to do it. There's so many members, but he's actually got 1 and stayed alive. And the key factor here is Max hasn't taken too much damage on board. He's still 90 HP. Try has found a kit on his way back through lobby, and they're actually going to double up and play together. Rifle support for the AWP could deliver an opportunity, but this time is going to start ticking. And I do not think it's worth the risk at this point. They need a kill. And I think they needed it a little earlier than that to really go for this. I think they realize you got to consider the risk, what you're going to lose versus what the reward is. I think they just have to keep that open in the next round, unfortunately. And for Sharks, that means 11 rounds. And it really does come down to that good start from JNT. You talked about it, you highlighted it, and it is the most impactful moment of the round.
And a couple of missed opportunities, honestly, for 9Z.
Oh, yeah.
There are a couple of fights they just have to be winning. BGT pushing ramp really should win that one. There was the initial kill from JNT through the smoke, but DGT there, quick snap to his head. And then the player in main, he had to get at least 1, and he probably should have got 2 from that position, honestly.
Yeah, getting none is almost unspeakable at that point. Yeah, that's a frustrating one, but this one you can't really get in your own head about. It happens. You just got to focus up into this next round. Though in a game like this, where it is going to be close, every single one of those moments can make a big difference. But it does feel like the fragging power for 9Z has started to go down quite significantly. And Try has to try and elevate that. He's found 1. It's under a lot of pressure on this secret play. And I like how they're not re-peeking him without utility. If you're going to start giving him easy fights, he's going to win those fights. Even the difficult ones, he'll win. He nearly comes away. Ooh. He does indeed get the 3rd off, so that's incredible from Try. Sebi quick to reply with a headshot of his own, but he's now alone in the round. He goes back into the vent, but the MP9's found it, and that is more like it from Try. 3 kills, down holding secret. Some of the most ridiculous shots coming in.
I'm so surprised that Sharks just push him, though. I mean, the
Yeah.
boost round is understandable, but you
How does
saw
he
in the
get that one?
previous round, Try got that one kill from down secret, and the response from Sharks was instantly just show respect to Try, turn around and run back up to A through main. But in this round, they try and run him down. They were hoping the boost would maybe throw him off slightly, but the reaction shots there from Try, and now 9Z are right back in this game.
The redemption arc of Try has been marvelous.
Oh, no.
Am I watching another replay? But he's missed the shot this time. Okay, I'm definitely not watching a replay. Try got 3 the last time, but this time he's got nothing. He'll look for another one, but that smoke has gone down. I'll throw the HE. This time he does have some rifle support rotated down into B. DGT is playing towards double doors. We can all take a deep breath because no fights have come through. And as soon as I say that, elsewhere, J&T has been able to pick up Bit. Max has pushed so far towards outside though. 9Z have a good bit of map control at the moment.
They're even looking to regain initiative down on B. Try taking this tight angle to spot for any players who may be straying in his direction. Sharks still yet to make their final call though. J&T has been a real nuisance in some of these early round scenarios, and now Pank about to pop up from behind. Max needs to turn around. The timing is so awkward, but I don't think Pank has any clue, and now he's making noise.
Max is going to hear that. He's honed in now, but there's a third play from Secret. Oh, Max, he won't be able to find it. Now he's got to look for more. He knew they were crossed over, and he couldn't double up. Because of that, there's still a chance here for Sharks. Because of that, they still hold the advantage. If they charge into main, though, it's Rox who will not miss this time. He will not falter on the defense. From top hut, he stays in that position. A 2 versus 2 as he loses teammates, but Try's position is solid. Lakowski's down in the vent. The bomb not near him, and there's only 10 seconds. So the round is lost. It'll be 10 rounds for 9Z as they're right back in contention in the second half. What a weird round of Counter-Strike Hawk.
Yeah, it's a strange one. It seemed like Sharks didn't want to get too ahead of themselves once they got down secret. They didn't call for anything too quickly, even after J&T gets the kill elsewhere. And this time, as you said, Rox stepping up from that position. Up on top of the hut. He took a nice wide angle initially, which I really like, because you see that player is not pre-aiming his position whatsoever. He's able to get the early kills. It is a close one here. 11-10 lead for Sharks right now. Fun fact, in the last 20 Nuke games, 9Z's enemies have got less than 7 rounds 8 times. A lot of those are against Argentinian teams, I believe, and in some of the regional competitions. Maybe not the strongest opponents, but still, shutting out teams like that is always impressive.
And as we return to the action, Sharks are entering battle with a weakened Arsenal, much like the Premier League. Now here they are, at the ready with utility. For the outside execute, they'll have limited util for that. Pink is taking some damage from the CT util, and I think 9Z has started to be very proactive. They're a lively bunch. Now they're pushing towards outside again. This time it's Bit. Has been very quiet individually speaking, but if he can get 1 from red, that's going to be enough. He just has to get 1 pick.
Here's the smoke behind him, so knows that there's a decent chance there could be players close by. The timing was so good, but the shot not quite as good. This time, though, he's able to turn around, and Pank was in the midst of the smokes. Can Bit get out alive? There's only one man here to deal with him. He's still just trying to survive as long as possible. It's such an uncomfortable fight, but elsewhere, DGT quickly traded out himself. Chaos all across the map right now.
Oh, finally, Bit. He gets a second kill. Lakowski, the second victim. He spotted Pink and given a little spike, and now the play down into B. It's just Zebi in the 1v4. And he is found as well. It is tied up 11-11. The try step up on the CT side has been exactly what we asked from him. He's delivered more than we asked, and now Bit even getting involved as well. Cool to see. And Sharks, they didn't get a bomb plant out of that, so they didn't really even get the extra cash based on the big investment in the previous, so they can't really even afford to go with some upgraded pistols here. So it's going to be 9Z going into the lead. There'll be a few P250s at the Eagle there, but not a whole lot to write home about for Sharks in this one. They're gonna go quickly into ramp.
Ouch.
That nade is so good. It damages everybody.
Try plugging the gap with the AWP that DGT left.
Oh.
And he's plugged that gap quite nicely. Third kill from Try, this time through the wall, making it look lovely on the anti-eco quad kill. He's starting to get rolling now, Dinko. We said he was quiet earlier, but they're giving him the chances, and he's taking them when he gets those opportunities.
And you really do love to see that. You love to see those clean shots, even against the weaker weapons. It's just beautiful. It's satisfying to watch an AWP do that. 20 kills now locked in. But Sharks, they do come back after what has been a sloppy 2 rounds for them, economically speaking. They're to the AKs now, and the utility out in force. Do they go for this outside execute again?
Do have one smoke in hand. They haven't used much of their utility early into this one, so they leave that option open.
I also like their approach here, Hawker. You know, the last 2 rounds, 9Z have been very good at throwing down some of that early util. So Sharks just actually take their time. Instead of going for that execute out of spawn, it's a much slower approach. They wait out those nades this time around. Is that a gap?
I think they've only thrown one smoke so far.
Ooh.
Finally crossed, and Fitz able to get the initial kill. Flash comes through, but while blind, reels in, able to get the trade. Turned into a 4v4. Try was trying to reposition on Yard. He was hoping he could find a different angle, but that hasn't been given to him so far. And Sharks are staying spread right now. They've got one man down Secret, a couple of players at Yard. Try has been spotted and forced to reposition again.
You know what you call this, Alex? Triangle. He's got it. He's in a good spot. With 40 seconds. 9Z are just sitting back and waiting for the Sharks attack. It's not usually a good strategy. You usually want to try and get away from Sharks. 29 seconds.
The bomb is alone.
It is inevitable that this attack will start to come through. Yeah, the bomb is alone in the world right now. It doesn't really seem like there's a clear idea. They're about to run out of time. There is no idea here. They gotta go B or straight up the vent, or they've just gotta do something. There isn't much time to do anything, really. They have to start planting, and DGT surely just denies it, even if they try and plant the bomb. Yeah, it's done. It's an absolute done deal. That'll be 9Z. Even though they lose most of the players, they win the round because they just had all the players in the right spot.
Took slightly too long to coordinate that push down on the B site. Maybe with 10 more seconds, you have the time to clear out those positions, and you can win the round because they got almost all the kills they needed. Just one away, but Max was able to sit in a safe spot. DGT did well to keep his composure there, realized that the one shot is all he needs. Even though he was traded out quickly, he hit him with a quick headshot. And now Sharks maybe showing some of those T-side struggles on Nuke we were talking about earlier. There's clearly a reason why their T-side win percent is so much lower on this map. And unless they can change that soon, 9Z might be able to take this one 2-0. Smoke down early. Try was thinking about going for an aggressive play, but he's happy to sit back for now. The Yard smokes haven't come through yet, so Try can try and peek this position. And oh, he might get a chance. Shot lands. The nade could do it here, but it bounces away. Pank lucky to get away this time.
Tank's the tank in this round, Hawker. And Try gonna play from Garage. Okay, that is a headshot from the Galil that you don't expect to happen in that fashion. Try just gets peeked on. And Rox is trying to get in towards Garage to deal with the problem. It is Pank. He's taking so much damage and not going down. And now they're playing down into the B bomb site. There's no one there for the defense. They don't have an early rotation. Although finally they get rid of Pank. They are still a man up right now, 9Z. So a retake attempt is certainly possible. They're going to make it difficult for them to get into post plants, in fact. So this could work if they can get some of these kills quickly. Bit's about to be flashed and peeked and run down, but there's a couple of kills. They hold strong into ramp and now just reels in, trying to do his best, but he's got to win out a 1 versus 4 post plant on the B site. They're sending players in, they're sending him in force, and he's hit a shot on the off. Defuse hasn't been stuck, and Reelson's winning this round so far. Finally goes down as he swings into Bit. Everything was working for him right up until that final peek out, and Bit was so low in HP as well. 14-11 for 9Z. They win that round, but by the skin of their teeth.
So close from Reelsin. That was the first kill with the Galil. He switched it to the AWP, and he seemed to know this last man was low. He pulled out the Glock for it, but Bit on the other side had a similar scenario where he only needed to land 1 or 2 shots to finish the job. And now Sharks take their second tactical timeout ahead of a key round for them. At least they got the bomb plant, so they can continue to buy. Fun fact, Sharks had twice as many flash assists as 9Z on map 1. No flashes being dropped quite yet.
Yeah, well, wait, we'll
We'll
see.
get
Does that count as a flash assist, Hawk, if I throw flashes to my teammates?
Ooh, probably not. I thought you were talking about if you just dropped the fake flash in front of you.
No, I mean like actually giving it to my teammate and they throw a flash. Does it count as an assist because I give them it?
Come on now.
Oh man, I'd just be dropping flashes all day long. I did see a tweet earlier, it was pretty funny. Can't wait to see Simple actually fake flash with a flash that he's just gonna throw over the wall.
Yeah, I could see that, honestly.
But yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. We'll see if that starts to come through, but that's not for this tournament. We'll see which tournament is going to be played at, maybe another event in the ESL Pro to go down the line. But here comes the attack out into the site. Rock's playing inside of the smoke. Max, DGT, and following up for another one is Max. So the CT hold has been fantastic so far. And for Sharks, it is a nightmare start to the round. There's just J&T remains. This is not the scenario you want to be in, as you are now facing series point against 9C. 2-0 in the best of 3, it's looking like for 9C, as they now are just 1 away from closing this out. And that is confirmed to be the case. 15-11, one more round, and they have taken this series.
I didn't get to see exactly what utility Sharks were using there on the A site, but normally you need a lot of good nades if you're going to go for that A play. You need either some solid flashes to get you out of those tight choke points initially, or you need a couple of good mollies to clear out key positions, because otherwise you're looking at too many spots. And it seemed a little too easy there for 9Z to melt their opponents and put themselves up to map and series point. Sharks do still have the rifles, and they're looking to force some early fights, but so far 9Z have been good at not giving them away too easily. That's a fight that DGT didn't need to take, though, and he could have given Sharks away into the round there. The ramp kill makes life a bit more awkward for the CTs. Sharks are happy to keep it slow for now. Again, lack of utility for Sharks, though. No flashes.
Yeah.
It's going to make it so hard to go into A.
They use those smokes towards outside, and they're not even running outside. And I think they're going to get that info as well, because Try is playing towards Secret. So they know that it isn't even going to be that outside execute. So this A-side attack is looking to be pretty difficult, because Max has found one. Rocks towards the back of the bomb site. He's under a lot of pressure, though, and he's not going to get the utility out in time. That smoke wasn't enough. The flash didn't pulse in time at all. And Try's flank now has to be the deliverance of the round win, and it looks like it's going to be enough. Of course it is. Try was the man that got them back into the second half, and it's just so perfect that he closes it as well. 16-11, a 2-0 win as they take the first best of 3 here at DreamHack Open 46. Hawker, 9C off to a